Are you looking for the best multi-tools? In this video, we will look at some of the 5 best multi-tools on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Victorinox SwissTool Spirit X Multitool. Fresh out of the box, the SwissTool Spirit X impressed us with its fit and finish. The tools are packed into the frame very closely, like scientific instrumentation. All the tools, save one, deploy from the outside of the frame. You need to open the SwissTool only to use the pliers, which eliminates wasted time fiddling with opening and closing it repeatedly if Victorinox had placed the 22 tools/functions on the inside. For the record, the company claims 24, but one is a coupling for a corkscrew that doesn't come included with this model, and the other is a point to connect a lanyard. We're not faulting Victorinox for this, though, because the tool is still great without counting those. While the needle nose pliers with wire cutters, scissors, standard screwdrivers in 3 sizes, and the can opener were good, it was the other tools that really impressed us. This is the first multi we've tested that has a metal saw. The teeth run along the edge of the file, so we didn't expect much, but it cut through mild steel hardware surprisingly well. And the file itself did a nice job cleaning up the edges when we were done. The Phillips screwdriver shank flares out at the end, so that all 4 points on the head are the same size, making for very solid engagement. The wire stripper and scraper both work effectively. Although we usually resort to using wire cutters as strippers, this open-sided notch, when used as a stripper, is sharp enough to quickly spin around a wire and pull back the insulation. The Spirit X's bottle opener is made from wider stainless steel stock, which keeps it flatter on a bottle cap, helps it engage more securely, and makes it less likely that the tip cuts into the cap. The combination reamer punch efficiently opens up holes in wood, leather, and soft metals, and is capable of drilling holes through 3/4 inch pine board. One last thing to note, the Spirit X is plus or minus 1 ounce lighter than several other multi-tools with similar spec lists. Number 2. SOG PowerLeader Multitool. This power leader exhibited a buttery smooth action that was so pleasing, we could barely stop playing with it. Its main pivot is a geared compound leverage mechanism that opens in perfect symmetry. This makes it easy to use the hex driver, inserting the bit between the 2 pivots just before they close completely. Squeezing the tool frame closed, a latch on the opening end maintains pressure on the jaws holding the bit securely in place, which works amazingly well, although you do need to supply your own hex bits. SOG calls this a mini multi-tool, and the power leader is about 2/3 to 3/4 the size of most tools of this type. It's one of the few pliers-based tools we can tolerate carrying in a pocket. A large clip on the body keeps it secure at the lip, so you won't be fishing for it deep in there. The narrow pliers worked very well in testing, and we found the ridged surfaces of the jaws grip things firmly. The bypass wire cutters did a great job cutting and stripping 14-gauge copper wires, and the crimper on the opposite side of the pivot, although small, was effective. One side of the frame features 5 tools, including a narrow knife blade, a hook cutter, a flat jewelry-sized screwdriver, and a corkscrew. All of these performed better than average, and though we liked the tiny screwdriver, it wasn't quite small enough for some eyeglass screws. The opposing frame includes scissors, a bottle opener, a small Phillips screwdriver, a can opener, and the latch that holds the tool frame closed. These all worked as expected, although we had trouble at times engaging the outer lip on certain cans with the can opener. Number 3. Gerber Dual Force Multitool. With its wide frame and large plier jaws, the Dual Force is a beast of a multi-tool. You can open the pliers and slip the pivot to spread the dual position jaws extra wide to grab large fasteners or objects. The jaws feature 3 separate gripping areas, 2 for large or small round objects and 1 for gripping flat things. We appreciated the versatility in these new pliers, they hold well in a variety of situations. One of our favorite things about the Dual Force is that all the other tools are accessible when the pliers are closed, making it easier and faster to use. The Dual Force also features Gerber's center drive axis bit holder with 2 Phillips and 1 plain screwdriver bits. We regard these among the most useful multi-tool screwdrivers available, although they are sometimes difficult to use in tight spaces. The Dual Force is rounded out with a large knife, a saw blade, and a 3-sided file. These are all similar in form and function to those found on other Gerber multi-tools. The knife blade is reasonably sharp right out of the box, and we easily cut through thick rope with it. We used the saw blade to cut both green and dried out sticks and branches with relative ease. We were able to use the file on both wood and metal, although it was more suited for the metal. Finally, the dual force comes with a nylon sheath, good because we found it a bit too large to drop in a pocket. Number 4. SOG PowerLock Multitool. The SOG PowerLock features a clean, smooth design with rounded edges and tool frame covers. We were able to open it with one hand and found it very comfortable to hold. The 18 tools to choose from include 5 per fasteners, 3 sizes of flat screwdrivers, 1 Phillips screwdriver, and a 1/4 inch square drive to accept sockets, not included. The 1/4 inch driver can be oriented 90 degrees from the tool body for more leverage, but the frame cover has to be popped off to use it this way. The PowerLock has true needle nose pliers machined down to a nice point, the jaws of which meet very tightly and accurately, making it easy to grip small things. The wire cutter and stripper also work very well, earning a 4.75 overall for the pliers. Most of the other tools performed up to snuff, with the bottle opener, can opener, awl, scissors, and ruler all scoring 4. The partially serrated knife was very sharp and cut through several materials easily. The saw blade was a surprise, its aggressive teeth made quick work of maple tree branches. We liked the simple-to-operate locking system, although fishing the tools out from under the frame cover was occasionally awkward. The PowerLock comes with a sewn nylon sheath that can clip on your belt while you're wearing it, as opposed to being strung on your belt as you put it on. Number 5. Leatherman Free P2 Multitool. The Free P2 is built with tight tolerances, evident in its smooth opening and closing action. You can open it with one hand, and it makes a gratifying click as the handle locks in place. A nice feature of the P2 is tool accessibility. All of the implements are accessible without opening the pliers. In fact, the only reason to open the tool is to use the pliers. We rated the pliers, with their tight pivot, strong grip, and replaceable wire cutting blades, 4.5 out of 5. The wire stripper, included on the medium screwdriver, only really worked on wire of a specific size. However, the notch for hard wire worked well up to 12 gauge. A typical gripe of ours with can openers is that a wide tool frame can interfere with the can. But on the P2, the opener is the last tool on the row, so it's perfectly positioned for clearance. The scissors cut well and were easy to manipulate while snipping intricate shapes, while the combination plane/serrated knife blade was extremely sharp. 3 flat screwdrivers were adequate, with the largest being made of thicker material to resist twisting. The Phillips screwdriver is good on a wide range of sizes, and its flat stock folds into the tool frame smoothly. Finally, magnets ensure the frame stays closed when you want it to,